I know the race just happened, but I think the big news is Kyle Busch is going to be in the cover of NASCAR Heat 2. It's going to be a great game. Like, a really good game. I can't say that with a straight face. How's it going, guys? Real Rabbit here, back at it again with another video. We're going to talk about the All-Star race and the All-Star Open, because I actually thought the All-Star Open had better racing. So we'll talk about both, and let's just get right into it. So the All-Star Open, the format was 20 laps, 20 laps, 20 laps, 3 different stages. If you win the stage, you advance, and then you get the fan vote as well. And yeah, I thought the racing in the Open was much better than it was in the All-Star race. The first stage, you had Clint Bowyer pretty much dominate. The second stage, you had Chase Elliott trying to chase down Ryan Blaney. And the third stage was just a bunch of chaos of Daniel Suarez, Chase Elliott, not Ryan, I almost said Ryan Truex. Oh, no, Eric Jones. And yeah, that's it was really, really good racing.
The top side going to try to make something happen.
Whoa, he's there. He's looking.
Oh, he's right there.
He looked. He blocked. Whoa.
Wow.
Man,
they
touched.
make contact.
I don't think he's going to put up with much of that blocking in this race. It sure doesn't look like it.
Wow. Great job by Daniel Suarez to keep it straight.
And Elliott to the lead.
Yeah, but here comes that 77 over. Too. While these two are up here monkeying around, here he comes.
Those two went for turn 3, looking like Donnie and Kale.
I think 77 might get them both.
Wow.
What a run off the corner.
Oh, he's in the grass.
No, don't go in the grass.
Boy,
no.
Yeah, he got the splitter.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
he
he
hurt
messed
something
up.
under the nose.
He ruined his car
This thing's
right there.
spanned by the
He's
77.
Hang on.
Yeah, you can't run through the grass.
Now,
Eric Jones thought the pass in the grass would still work, but yeah, it doesn't because of the splitter. Hashtag Team Valence. Team Valence is definitely a go. We definitely need the valences back on these cars, not splitters, because splitters really just cause damage. That's all they do. So yeah, it was really good racing, though. I appreciated how hard Elliott and Suarez were racing each other, and they did it in a clean way. You could see when Chase Elliott did put the bumper to Daniel Suarez and got him a little bit sideways, Elliott, at least didn't slide up into him. So they both raced hard. Eric Jones came in, that's the racing that Charlotte needs. But it's hard to replicate it when you kind of have, because we all know Daniel Suarez wasn't the fastest car. It really was Bowyer, Blaney, then Chase Elliott was the third fastest. But Suarez was never really, competing for the lead in the first 2 stages. But he still had a semi-decent car, so he was able to win the stage, and congrats to him. But that's what caused the good racing, is you got a faster car behind that can go through the dirty air, get to the leader, and there you go. You got some pretty good racing. Now, before we get to the All-Star race, I want to talk about a couple things. Number 1, the save by Trevor Bayne. That was amazing. That was an incredible save. He really should have lost it. But he didn't, and that I just give him a bunch of credit for that one.
I just need some drive boys. Oh my God!
oh,
Down far, Brandon. We can get them too.
Wow, Trevor Bayne keeps it off the wall and hangs on.
Number 2, the fan vote. So the fan vote went to Chase Elliott, and I thought it's deserved, and I wasn't really surprised when I heard about it. Chase Elliott already at a young age and a young career has a pretty big following because of his dad, and because he's a very even keeled. Even keeled? Yeah, even keeled. He's a very calm guy, and he's really cool and chill, so I wasn't really surprised by it. But I just wanted to say about the fan vote, I'm just very happy Danica Patrick didn't win on it. And I'm not a Danica Patrick hater. I have to say this. It's just that I have nothing good to say about Danica Patrick most of the time, so I come off like a Danica Patrick hater, but I'm not. I want her to succeed. But I was worried that, I think the last 3 years, Danica Patrick won the fan vote. And I was just worried that she'd win it again, and she doesn't deserve it. She doesn't compete. She's not fast enough to win, to be in the All-Star race. Her personality is not the best, as we know, so I don't think she deserves it. Like a difference is like, I saw on Twitter, like, okay, well, Matt DiBenedetto doesn't really have the fastest car, so why does he deserve it? And the thing is, he went all out on social media. I don't mind having drivers, if they want to win the fan vote, go out on social media. Go promote yourself. Danica doesn't do that. She just gets the votes. Like, if a driver that doesn't deserve it is just chilling and not doing anything, and then wins the fan vote, I don't think that's deserved. Chase Elliott deserved it because he's in a fast car. He's a great race car driver. DeBenedetto would deserve it because he did some great things on social media. He's a great guy. He always responds to the fans. He wanted the fan vote. That's what he was going for. He knew he couldn't get into the race on speed, so he pushed for the fan vote. So he deserves to win it at that point. Obviously he didn't, but he deserved to win it if it went that way. If Chase Elliott won a stage, would he have won it? I don't know, because Ryan Blaney was also there. I have no idea. I don't know who. I didn't know who would win the stage if Chase Elliott, or win the fan vote if Chase Elliott won a stage. I don't know. One more thing about the All-Star Open. Carl Long. Why the fuck are you on that racetrack? Like, I'm not even joking around. He was. How do you get lapped within 10 laps at a 1.5 mile racetrack? And when you do get lapped, you run the preferred lane. You don't move out of the way up top. You run the preferred lane. That's what caused AJ Allmendinger and Austin Dillon to get together, and Austin Dillon saves it, and Allmendinger cuts his left rear. That's happened because Carl Long was on the bottom. He doesn't move up. Why do we have guys like this on the racetrack that are going so unbelievably slow? Kevin Conway style. If anyone remembers Kevin Conway, you know how much he was just a complete ass on the racetrack and how slow he was. When you have cars this slow, they don't deserve to be out there. I don't understand why he was out there. If you want to be out there and you want to run minimum speed only, at least move out of the way. At least move out of the way. I'm not even joking around here. I'm being dead serious. Because I saw Carl Long get lapped within 10 laps. Doesn't move out of the way. Stays on the bottom and ruins everyone else's race or everyone else's line when those guys at the front are trying to battle. And then Allmendinger gets taken out because of it. Like, man, come on. Like, just get the fuck off the racetrack. What the hell are you doing? That pissed me the fuck off, man. Happy days. Okay, back to the All-Star race. So, the actual All-Star race. Stage 1... Kyle Larson. Stage 2, Kyle Larson. Stage 3, Jimmy Johnson. Although Stage 3 had some good racing, a little bit. So then we just kind of skipped to the end. The strategy, the option tire. So if you guys didn't watch the race and you're just watching the review, the option tire was kind of pointless because once people knew the advantage wasn't great and that clean air was more dominant, everyone kind of already used it before the fourth stage. So that fourth stage of, well, if you use the option tire, you have to start in the back, kind of just disappeared because everyone used it before stage 4. And when they did use it, it wasn't that much of a gain. It was a gain for the first 2 laps. But the problem is the people who had the option tires on were behind other cars the first 2 laps, and they just couldn't pass them quick enough. It took Jimmy Johnson about 4 laps to pass Kyle Busch. He was on the option tire, and Kyle was on the prime tire, and it took him 4 laps. And at that point, the option tire just wears off, and you can't do anything. So, yeah, that really didn't work. The format, again, doesn't work. We've had a couple of All-Star races now that have been very mediocre and very boring. So what do? We've tried everything. We've tried formats. We've tried different cars. The cars with low downforce. The cars with high downforce. Cars back in 2006. Cars in 2016. A different series sponsor. I mean, what else do you want? Different tires? Like, what else do you want to change? You can't change the actual sport. You want to put bikes out there instead of cars? I mean, let's just race bikes. The only thing that hasn't changed is the most obvious change, which is change the track. I know Charlotte's the home of NASCAR and stuff. Listen, I was working today at the University of Florida, and I talked to someone who actually part owns Charlotte. He was wearing a Charlotte shirt. He went to one of the Gators softball games. I was an event staff worker, and I saw his Charlotte shirt, and I talked to him. And he admitted, even though he part owns it, he knows Bruton Smith, he knows Ernie Irving and everything, he knows a lot of drivers, he knows Jeff Burton and Kim Burton. Kim Burton calls his wife a lot, and they're really good friends. I know this guy very well, and or I don't know him well, but he knows a lot of people well. I don't know what to talk about there. He owns Charlotte Motor Speedway, part of it, not the entire thing, but he has like part ownership in it. And he even said he doesn't go to Charlotte because it's a boring race. He wasn't excited for the All-Star race tonight. That's a guy that part owns Charlotte saying he doesn't like Charlotte. Like, I just found that ironic to happen the day of the All-Star race. I just want to put that story in there because it's the one, you've checked off every little box what to change in the All-Star. We got tires, all right, change that. We got formats, oh, let's change that. Let's take more downforce away from the cars, maybe they'll handle clean air better, I'll change that. Nothing works. You changed mandatory pit stops, not mandatory pit stops, strategy, 2 tires, 4 tires, whatever you want to do. It's not going to work, so just change the track. Whoa, what would you change the track to? Well, the best 1.5 miles is Homestead. So if you wanted to stick it at 1.5 miles, you go to the best 1.5 miles in the circuit or in the country, which is Homestead. You want to go back to your roots, you want to do short track racing, Martinsville or Bristol, or what I highly recommend, dirt track, Eldora, All-Star. Do it. I just don't understand. If it's a race for the fans and you want to go back to your roots when actual dirt racing was part of the NASCAR schedule, then how about we go dirt racing at Eldora? You took the trucks there, take the cup cars there, see what happens, make adjustments, make the cars basically like dirt cars, or just race dirt cars instead of cup cars. Have an all-star race there. What's wrong with it? Oh, well, Eldora doesn't hold that many seats, so it doesn't make a lot of money, and that is the problem. They won't go to Eldora because it won't make enough money as Charlotte. If you're wondering why they don't do it, that's why. So if you don't want to do dirt track racing, go to a short track because that's the roots. And short track racing at an all-star race with short laps and a lot of beating and banging and under the lights. Like if we went to Martinsville for an all-star race under the lights, bless my soul how much I would love that. My soul would leave my body, move to Martinsville, I'll be dead on my bed, and then my soul will return to me after it watched the Martinsville race at Martinsville if it was an all-star race at night. Like, that would just be amazing. That'd be completely fantastic. They won't do it because it's the home of NASCAR, and they won't leave, but nothing else is going to work. You've changed the cars, you've changed the track. That's, like, it. Nothing else is going to work, man. I've ranted a lot this review. Oh my. Did I even say who won the race? I don't think I've said who won the race yet. So, if you're still with me, Kyle Busch won the All-Star race on a restart that had Brad Keselowski. He had a problem with putting the option tires on at the start of stage 3 and then taking them off before it went green, thinking he could still put them on, but you can't because you already put them on under caution, so you couldn't put them back on, even though you didn't run a green lap with him. But yeah, Brad Keselowski was on the inside of the first row. Jimmy Johnson was the outside of the first row. Kyle Busch just timed this beautifully, and I don't have the video, but Kyle Busch just cuts underneath Brad Keselowski right at the start finish line. Keselowski can't block him, and there you go. Like that was that. He got clear, and once he was clear, it was pretty much a done deal. So yeah, that was the All-Star race. If I had to rate it, 4 out of 10. If I had to rate the Open, 7 out of 10, because I thought the last stage was actually really good. So all I could say is NASCAR changed the track. What else you gonna do? Like, these races are not compelling. They're not interesting. You have Darrell Waltrip screaming about something because they're trying to keep the race exciting. I feel bad for Darrell Waltrip and Jeff Gordon because they really have nothing to talk about. Martinsville, night race. Eldora, dirt track racing. You want to keep it at 1.5 miles? Homestead. It's the best 1.5 miles in the circuit. Agreed by basically everyone. That's why you have the championship race there. Just move the All-Star race. This Charlotte thing is pointless. Change it, please. Get it out of here. Because now we have to deal with 400 laps at Charlotte, where there's going to be literally no passing. So, it's going to be a really interesting Coca-Cola 600. That weekend, we have a Monaco race for F1, where there's literally no passing. There will not be a single pass at Monaco. The best race that day, which is the best day for motor racing, is going to be the Indy 500 because there's actually a lot of passing in that race. And then you got the Coke 600 where there's nothing that's going to happen. So, yeah, next weekend's going to be a lot of fun. Guys, if you like the video, hit that like button. I know this one went really long and I ranted. A lot of it is because basically, I feel like you got to get your opinion out there. Gotta change it. Like, this race wasn't good. If anyone who said the race was good, I don't really see where you thought the race was a good race, because the top 5 was settled basically all the time. So yeah, it was pretty much of a doozy. Not that much fun. Another all-star race that's pretty much wasted. And yeah, hopefully we could have more moments like this.
2 laps down.
Uh-oh, look out, boys, got to fight for the lead here.
Here comes Gordon on the bottom, the 24 car. They're side by side. 8 to go.
Drag race, 24. He's out there.
Look at the run that 39 car got.
I mean, he ran up on some hard. He had to jump out of the gas 3 wide in 2.
Oh, boy, here we go. This is going to be tight right here.
But they make it, and Stewart closes right up.
Oh, and a nice little bump draft down the back at Lowe's Motor Speedway.
You
Way to
won't
go.
see that except in the All-Star race. Newman all the way up against the wall. There's still 3
He's
wide.
got him. He's got him. Oh, there we go.
Keep your foot in it.
Keep your foot in it.
Still
Keep your foot in it.
going.
Ah!
Pow.
How'd they go to all Missy?
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Like, hopefully we could have cars actually do that, but that is so rare. That was 1 year, and, you know, you're not going to have... If you think of, like, the Charlotte moments in the All-Star race, you have 92 with Davey Allison. You have the Busch brothers wrecking each other. That 3-wide incident, I mean, no All-Star race moment really, like, comes to my mind, so... That's a problem. Change the track. Let's go short track racing. Let's go dirt racing. Let's do one of the two. So, guys, like the video, hit that like button. You're new to the channel. Make sure you subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.